A battle looms at this morning's National Cabinet meeting, with the federal government under pressure over the strained hotel quarantine system. Let's go live to our political reporter now, Jonathan Lee. He's in Canberra. Jonathan, good morning to you. One of the states has hit out in particular.
Yeah, good morning to you, Pete. Good morning to the viewers. Queensland has hit out. In fact, it's the Deputy Premier, Stephen Miles. He said or suggested when it comes to hotel quarantine, it's time for the federal government to contribute, and suggested that the PM was all care and no responsibility. Now, we know hotel quarantine continues to be our Achilles heel, with recent outbreaks in New South Wales, Queensland, Western Australia and Victoria. We read this morning some 211,000 people have travelled to Australia since COVID first began, but the Courier Mail's reporting we might be looking at even tougher rules for those in lockdown, suggesting there might be a limit on the number of times they can open a door, and they might be forced to wear a mask when they open their hotel door to pick up their food or perhaps their linen. It's all about stopping the airborne particles going out into the hallway, potentially travelling to other rooms when they open the door, or infecting the security guards there. We'll bring up the graphic and show the viewers what's also supposed to be discussed at today's National Cabinet. The vaccine update, more vaccine coming to the country, the seasonal workers, obviously we've had a severe shortage there, the connections and the links between cases, and the international arrival caps. Pete, you might remember, I think it was before Christmas, the number of international arrivals was reduced from 7,500 back to 5,000. That's supposed to go back to its previous limit in 10 days' time. So they'll need to discuss that today to work out if they're going to lift it. They were concerned about those more virulent strains coming from the United Kingdom. Here's a taste of what some of the premiers and leaders around the nation had to say yesterday.
The federal government taking a greater role in quarantine for repatriated Australians from overseas who are likely to have these new, more infectious strains. I understand there'll be a conversation at National Cabinet.
Emergency housing that's fit for purpose and built for that purpose, that wouldn't be a bad thing for us to have a network of that all the way across the country. We don't have that now. But we're happy to talk to the Commonwealth Government about that.
I would love to see, as somebody who runs a health department, national consistent advice about what is the best protection for people working in our hotels.
Now, Pete, up in Queensland, many people know the Wagner family in Toowoomba. They actually constructed their own airport a number of years back. Quite entrepreneurial, very impressive. They're going to discuss today, or the government's going to discuss today, the proposal to build a facility there which would bring people back in, keeping them away from the city. So we'll keep an eye on that later in the day.
Good one. Jonathan Lee live in Canberra. Thank you.